Dear viewers, we are back from this report and we have been joined by our guest for this evening, the skin specialist, Abeer Jamal. Good evening, Abeer, and welcome to Hala Kuwait.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is taking care of our skin, different treatments, but of course with a professional that could really help us understand our skin better. So in the beginning, what made you specialize in laser and IPL treatments?
So lasers are advanced and more helpful to your skin, can achieve more results to you comparing to the normal or usual way of doing things. So specializing more in lasers would achieve more results. So that's why mainly.
Definitely, and the great thing about laser, there's so many different types, so
Exactly.
everyone will find something that works for them or the skin issue they're experiencing. And how are hydrofacials different to just your regular facials? I hear a lot about them.
Okay, so the main difference is like it's more advanced, more deep, it's more hydrating to your skin and based on your skin type. So the hydrofacials usually work by adding more hydration to your skin, adding more products mainly into your skin and more depth.
Definitely.
Yes.
And can we say that certain people should be getting like regular facials, others should go toward hydrofacial, or is it the same for everyone?
So if you have like a better option, of course I would go with the better option. So I would rather go with the hydrofacial because the hydrofacial are more advanced and would deliver more results. Comparing to the usual facial, it's only creams and some steam. So I would go with the best.
Exactly, that's really good to know.
Yeah.
And since there's so many lasers and IPLs, how do you choose the right laser or even IPL setting for each skin type?
So of course we receive a special training based on your skin type, and we decide based on that. So we first the dermatologists see you and they do the assessment for your skin, and then we decided based on your skin type and your skin condition, what you are suffering from. We decided based on that.
Definitely.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm a big fan of lasers, but I know a lot of people are actually scared of them. They're worried about pain. Sometimes they're even worried about them being too harsh on the skin. Although, of course, that differs from a laser to another. So how do you make laser appointments more comfortable for your patients?
So first, you should know that laser will make your life easier. So comparing to the usual treatments, we go with lasers because it's achieve comfort. When it comes to lasers, it's based on the practitioner that's doing the lasers for you. So it's the job of the person that who's performed the procedure for you should make you more comfortable, explain the procedure step by step, then it will be fine for you to do the procedure itself.
That's really great, and it's not as scary as we hear.
Yeah, you shouldn't be
scared.
And
we always have the option of numbing cream if we're super scared.
Definitely, definitely. So depend on the case, depends on your sensitivity. We decide if we go with numbing cream, with not. Of course, your comfort is like the number one priority. Exactly.
Definitely, I completely agree with you, and we're very lucky to have that kind of option these days when it comes to numbing cream and, of course, feeling comfortable in a clinic. So who do you think shouldn't be getting laser treatments?
So each condition is different, but usually with the skin type, like darker skin type, we'll be more more cautious because it can get or lead to hyperpigmentation. So we're always very cautious when dealing with the very dark skin type. Would be more cautious and be aware. But all skin type, everyone can do lasers, but it depends on the condition.
That's really great to know. And how do we prep for our facial laser session? Do we arrive to the clinic with sunscreen on, without any product, or do we need to wash our face a certain way? How do we prepare for such an appointment?
So that's a really good question. So we usually recommend no makeup at all. And if you do any harsh chemicals, harsh products like retinol or stuff, we usually recommend to stop it 2 to 3 days prior to the procedure itself. So your skin will be ready. Of course, you will wear sunscreen all the time, if you're doing the procedure or not. But usually this is what we recommend, and no makeup before the facial laser, and no harsh ingredient like usually retinol, azelaic acid, or any harsh products that you usually apply before at night.
That's really great to know, because most of us have some type of retinol, AHA or BHA in our skincare routine,
Yes.
and a lot of us do not know that we cannot go to our appointment if we've used it within 3 days. So that's really good to know, to be honest. So what are the most common skincare mistakes that you see usually?
It depends. It depends usually on the case, but if we say like common mistakes, how people poke their face. If they had a pimple, you shouldn't poke your skin. It will leave some pigmentation. These are mainly mistakes. Sometimes using the creams like retinol, azelaic acid, without having a proper teaching. So you would apply a big amount, which cause a burn to your skin, which make your worse condition. So these are usually mainly the main problems I face usually.
Definitely. And I think it's happened to the best of us, where we have gotten chemical burns from retinols or acids and all of that. We're going to reach the hyperpigmentation part of the interview, which I'm really waiting for. But how do you think Kuwait's climate affects skin health here?
So Kuwait climate is a little bit aggressive. So at summer is really hot. So you have to be cautious when it comes to applying your sunscreen. So you're more prone to hyperpigmentation. So that you would be aware of at summer. When it comes to winter, it's a little bit cold.
Right.
So it's very harsh, very dry. There's no humidity. So you have to apply moisturizer as well. You have to try to be in a humid condition most of the time.
Yes.
So it will not dry your skin.
Definitely. And since we're speaking about skincare, a lot of people with oily skin don't moisturize, thinking that if they're oily, they don't need it. Is that true or is that false? How does that work?
This is one of the most common mistakes or misconception, because you think your skin is oily, so no need for moisturizer. Actually, that's not correct, not true. You need to moisturize always, because when you don't moisturize, you'll tell the glands that are responsible to produce the oil, produce more oil.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So you always have to moisturize, even if you're oily skin. You can apply like water-based moisturizer, which would be the best for oily skin.
Perfect. And before we go to our report for this evening, I hear a lot that if we're getting a laser, we should wait till winter. I don't know if that's a misconception or something that we should truly abide by, since our summers are very harsh here in Kuwait.
It is harsh, but of course, if you follow the precaution, you do the steps correctly, there will be no issues. So it's the job of the provider to tell you what's the steps, what you should take care of. You can do it all the time. If it's summer, if it's winter, with the right precaution, you can do any procedure you want.
Well, that's really great to know, Abeer. Of course, we're going to be continuing our conversation, but dear viewers, we're going to be going to a report on universal healthcare. Stay tuned. Dear viewers, we are back from this report on health, and of course we're continuing our interview this evening with the skin specialist Abeer Jamal. So Abeer, we spoke about many different things when it comes to the skin, of course, IPLs, lasers, even different skincare routines, but also microneedling is a very big one in the beauty industry, and something that I feel like we have all tried at a point, right?
Yeah.
So what are the main benefits of microneedling?
So for the viewers who are listening, so microneedling works based on try to motivate the skin through applying little minor needles on the skin. So these needles will reduce the pores, minimize the pores, stimulate collagen of the skin, so it will add more glow to your skin. So the main benefits, if you have issues with pores, big pores, you're looking for a glow up, I would recommend the microneedling is like the best procedure or the best way to go to do microneedling.
Definitely. And I know with hyperpigmentation, because I've suffered from it probably all my life, from all the acne I've gone through, sometimes you have sensitivity to different products that help with hyperpigmentation. So can we say that microneedling is helpful for very sensitive skin, or should people that suffer from sensitive skin stay away from microneedling?
Okay, so it really depends on the case. If you're really sensitive skin, I would rather to try to avoid it. Try to apply start with simple creams. Let's see how it goes. Let's try to tackle it with the creams first. If it's not let's say start like gradually. We can
Right.
see how the skin react to it, and it depends mainly on the skin type and the way or the technique is done, the microneedling is done with, because we add like a mesotherapy combining with the microneedling. This is a special product. So based if you have a hyperpigmentation, if you're looking for a glow up, you have a hyperpigmentation. So we add these products, and based on it we decide how it goes. So usually if you sensitive skin, I would rather let's start it gradually and then see how it goes.
Definitely. And what about skincare for sensitive or acne prone skin? What works better in terms of skincare for them?
So we can start, as I said, we can start with a microneedling, we can start with lasers. It depends on the severity of the acne and the severity of sensitivity of your skin. So there's a misconception. So maybe, for example, this is the very common case. People think it's acne and sensitivity. Maybe you have some type of rosacea. That's like it make your skin very sensitive, and you have some acne, which is like it's related to your rosacea.
Right.
So the approach is totally different. We would just give you certain creams. It would make your acne goes away or the pimples goes away.
Yes.
So of course you have to see the specialist.
Yes.
Let's say decide first if it's like sensitivity only, if it's acne only, or if it's like based on the case itself, we decide the best approach to it.
Definitely. I completely think that's very valid and important for us to kind of know with our skin esthetician or derm what our issue is when it comes to our skin, and if it's just acne or rosacea acne, and why all of these things are happening. But when it comes to the actual products we use at home, I feel like that's where some things could go wrong. Right? So for acne prone skin and or sensitive skin, what are the products that they should be using and products they should be staying away from?
So if we want to talk about the products, so usually with recommend products like salicylic acid, azelaic acid to tackle the bacteria. So if it's acne, we need to tackle the bacteria that's causing the acne itself. So we'd usually recommend a routine that contain azelaic acid and benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid. Based on the case and severity of the case, we would recommend a skincare routine. I would give you step by step. Of course, if you would go to any good clinic, they should give you a step by step morning routine, night routine, and will tell you how to do it in a proper way. So that would not be confusing for you. But for our viewer that are listening, we can start first by consulting your specialist. That would save you a lot of time. And instead of doing random products, which I see all the time, try to do a consultation first and see what products that would recommend you and what would work best for you, instead of trying random products all the time.
Definitely, that would save us a lot of time and even money when it comes to the products, because I feel like we all have like at least 10 creams and serums and toners that are just you know, chilling somewhere in a room. You know, we can't use them and can't throw them away because they're new. So that would be very helpful. So when it comes to sunscreen, I know sunscreen is really important, but how important is it after skin treatments? What do you think?
After skin treatment. So the sunscreen works basically as a shield. So even if it's after a treatment, after like daily life activity, I would recommend to do putting the sunscreen. So sunscreen work as a barrier for your skin, so it will reflect the sun, that will not cause a sun damage to your skin. So this is mainly, even after treatment, after a procedure you've done with me or with anyone, or in your daily life activity, you should stick to it.
Definitely. Unfortunately, I hear from a lot of the ladies around me that they hate sunscreen. It's irritating. It burns their eyes. Or even sometimes I hear we don't need it. We're not as fair or light-skinned. It's only for really, really, really light-skinned people. So there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to sunscreen. What is your advice on that? And I know there's different types also.
Yes, you're totally correct. So when it comes to sunscreen, you have to be aware of types of sunscreen. So you have a physical sunscreen and chemical sunscreen. So the physical one, I recommend to you to do or to use. It's more safe and healthier for you,
Right.
because a lot of people are against sunscreen because they think it might cause cancers,
Right.
might cause some problem, even if like they are against it because they think or they believe it causes skin cancer. So actually the sunscreen work as a protective barrier to your skin, even if you're like more tanned, less
White, yes.
white skin. So it's usually work as a barrier, especially with our environment. It's we need a good sunscreen. We need some type of barrier. Even if you're against sunscreen, you can wear a like protective hat. Just try to protect your skin in some sort of form. So for me, the best are physical sunscreen. They work as a barrier from outside of your skin. If you're afraid of getting some cancers or sort of type of these things. So they have a titanium oxide, zinc oxide. These work as a protective barrier outside. So you can use it, and there's a lot of good brands you can use or to put in your face.
And of course, it's a lot of trial and error, and I think our skin is worth it to kind of learn about it and understand what sunscreen does suit us and won't cause sensitivity, of course. So when it comes to the skincare world, there's always a lot of trends, regardless if it's products or even treatments at the clinic. What are new trends in skincare that you are finding very exciting right now?
So there's always something new when it comes to skincare. The main thing is you should know what suits you the best, what's work with you the best. I think people are getting more familiar with niacinamide.
Yes.
So it's a good product. It strengthens more your skin barrier. So I think this is one of good skincare trends you can follow. But as always, no matter the trend, just try to do some initial consultation with someone. Let's give you the best and what suits you the best.
Yes.
And just not try to follow any random trend. Try to have some simple skincare routine and just go with it. No need for a lot of products. And
that's true. And sometimes that's what causes the broken skin barrier and different acne and sensitivities and issues, all the different products. I remember during COVID, all we had was ordering products at home and we weren't wearing makeup, we weren't leaving the house. So we all really started, buying a lot of skincare. True. And we all started having skin issues right around then, till we went down to a smaller amount and a more, a smaller routine, we can say for sure. Yeah. So how do you create a customized skincare plan for each client? I know that between me and my friend, the skincare routine is completely different, and what works for my friend wouldn't work for me. So I can only imagine how hard it is for you guys to help the clients out.
True. So for me, my approach is the more simple, the more better. So you know, like there's a Korean skincare, like a lot of things to apply night, day. For me, I would rather to have a simple, efficient, effective, like skincare routine. And based on your skin, if it's sensitive, acne prone, or there's certain issue, you can follow and just do a simple customized role, like skincare routine.
Right.
So try to make it simple, not complicated, because a lot of people, if they have a lot of products to apply, so it will make them not to do or not to apply anything at all. So just do something simple, apply some active ingredient at night, and in the morning just make it try simple as much as you can, like a simple face wash in the morning if it's necessary, and at night just apply some active ingredient based on your skin concerns, and that's it.
I'm actually really glad you brought up active ingredients, because I know that there's a few, maybe 2 or 3 that I use within the month, and I have had a really hard time when it comes to which products I can mix together. When it comes to the acids, the actives, and all of that, because one simple mistake, we're dealing with a chemical burn. So what ingredients should we not mix with each other? Can we use retinols with acids, or how does that work?
So try to make it simple, as I said. So try to make it simple as much as you can. You can apply, for example, retinol alone. So it's already a very strong active ingredient. So you can decide. So if you do a consultation with a specialist, they'll try to make it easier for you and not to mix and match and cause a burn to yourself. So usually I would rather not to mix a lot of product together. Make it simple. See if these things works actually for you, and see how it goes step by step. So usually I would recommend stay with one product for 2 to 3 days, so it actually can work. So for example, retinol, it needs 2 to 3 days until to activate the cells, make rejuvenation.
Right.
So if the first day you apply retinol, the second day azelaic acid, you're confusing your skin.
Wow.
A lot of products you're putting, so you're confusing your skin and you're losing the actual benefit of applying these products. So try simple, make simple routine for yourself and not a lot of products. It's not about many ingredients.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know that when I was way younger, my skincare routine was very simple, but now I have things to worry about, you know, fine lines, pores, and everything that comes with age. So how should our skincare routine change between our 20s, 30s, and even moving on after our 30s?
That's really nice question. So if you, let's say going 30 forward, you should work on anti-aging, applying retinol. So for people who are 30 plus, should just be concerned about like maintaining the skin, not like getting younger. We'll never get younger.
Right.
So it's only about just maintaining your skin health. So by applying retinol and stick to sunscreen, these are the mainly basic things you need. So it doesn't need to be complicated. If you're younger than 30, most probably you're facing or dealing with acne because your sebaceous gland, the gland that's producing oil, are more active. So we'd usually focus on making it less oily. After 30, we want it oily.
Right, we want the hydration.
So it's only like, so in the getting older, you want more hydration, you want more moisturizer. And the younger ages, we focus on make it a little bit dry.
Definitely. And I personally love oils for the face, facial oils, but I hear a lot of different opinions on them. One day I wake up and social media tells me it's really great, use it. The other day it's the worst thing that happened to humans. Yes. So what's your opinion on using oil serum at the end, like for example rosehip oil or whatever type, of course, after our moisturizer?
So it depends on the brand you're using. So usually I would recommend not to use any product with some fragrance, like any fragrance that will make irritation to your skin. I would rather just to avoid. Yes. You have a lot of good options. If you're looking for organic option, we're thinking about beef tallow, olive oil, rosemary is maybe it's also good option. But usually I would recommend you, if you want to stick with organic, just try to search for first with a good product. And if you're looking for brands, just make sure there's no fragrance to it. The moisturizer are good, mainly working on moisturizing your skin. Definitely. And if you're looking for a moisturizer, just drink water.
A lot of water.
Yes.
Definitely. So finally, what is your best advice for people starting professional skincare treatments?
So usually the professional skincare treatment should be done with the clinic. So these products will not be sold in a usual from your drugstore. Yes. Because these are skincare, like professional skincare treatments. So my recommendation is to follow the advice of the person that gave you the product, follow step by step what you need to do, and you'll have a good results. I usually would rather to go with a professional skincare treatment because it would give you more efficient result.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, Abeer, thank you so much for all the advice you have given us this evening when it comes to skin and, of course, all the different laser treatments available. And thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Dear viewers, we had with us the skin specialist Jamal, and up next we have a report on healthy skin. Stay tuned.